So in the process of thinking of original anime content to make, I came up with the stupidly time-consuming idea to watch and rank every anime. Here's a list of the anime I've watched and ranked so far. And keep in mind, this is anime only, no manga. Alright, now that we got the semantics out of the way, let's get into the anime I'm ranking for today. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So if you haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, let me give you a quick summary. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood follows two brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric, who after going through the loss of their mother attempt the forbidden taboo of human transmutation to bring her back with alchemy. However, it not only fails, but Edward lost his leg and Alphonse lost his entire body. But in his desperation, Ed sacrifices his arm to bond his brother's soul to a suit of armor, and so the brothers set off to find a way to restore their full selves. Now if you haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and that summary intrigued you, I advise you to go watch it and come back. But if that summary didn't make any sense to you, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, there are two things that I really like about this show. That being one, the law of equivalent exchange, and two, the idea of truth. Now this doesn't mean that I have no dislikes with the show. Like, I don't like all the freedom a homunculus known as Father gave all of his sacrifices. I feel like he was powerful enough to keep everyone he needed for his plan contained or something. It just feels like a dumb thing to do for such a proclaimed smart character. But I digress. I also have a problem with the modern version of Hitler, known as King Bradley. I really don't see a need to explain this, but I feel like anyone that has any kind of liking for this character kinda has a liking for Hitler. Just saying. But most of the dislikes I have for this show aren't really worth going more in depth about, so on to the law of equivalent exchange. I really enjoy anime that don't just give the main character OP abilities and have most of their fights won through plot armor, but the law of equivalent exchange just stands out the most to me. Let me explain. So the core basis of alchemy is you can't make something out of nothing. So in order to create something of equal value must be exchanged. Let me give an example. If you want to take a tree, you won't be able to turn that tree into an iron sword or something. But you can turn that same tree into a wooden table relative to its size, or even a wooden sword. Pretty much if you know the makeup of the item that you want to make, you can make it, and anyone can pretty much learn alchemy. So pretty much if you put the time in to learn, you can go far with alchemy. And I think this might be the most balanced power system in anime. Well, at least from the anime I've seen. Now on to the thing that I like most about this anime, that being truth. Now a lot of anime have their own interpretations of God, but I have yet to see one as interesting as truth. The mystery surrounding the character is just so intriguing to me. I find it strange that no one knows and understands what he is and why he's there, but I think I understand it now. So let me explain. So let me explain to you what I got from the character and what I think the character is. So early on in the show, they tell us about a concept that one is all and all is one. Let me explain this concept. Let's say you're trapped on a mountain or an island or something. You have to eat something to survive, right? So you eat some rabbit or some other animal, thus keeping you alive and continuing the cycle. But on the other hand, if you didn't eat the animal, you would die, and your body would rot and become nutrients for the grass. And then the grass would be eaten by the animals, still continuing the cycle. This not only happens in stranger scenarios, but all around. It's the concept that everyone is connected by a big unseen flow. You understand it so far? No? Great, let's continue. I think that truth is the being that punishes people that interrupts this flow. Or you can even go as far as saying truth is that flow. And human transmutation directly interrupts that flow. That's why it's taboo. And I find it really interesting how truth punishes people in metaphoric ways. For example, Ed learned so much about alchemy in such a short amount of time to try to bring his mother back, but in the end, truth takes his leg for doing so. A reminder that no matter what he learned, he should never try to step up to play God. Al wanted to feel his mother's touch again, so truth took away his body so he can never feel again. The teacher Izumi wanted to bring her dead child back from the dead, so truth took her reproductive organs from her. Colonel Mustang always looked to create a shining new age for a mistress, so truth took his eyesight, ensuring that no matter what good the colonel put into the world, he would never see the country that he helped to create. But back to truth. I believe for truth to be the flow of all things, because every person that meets truth, he always says that he's many things, but what I'm focusing on the most is him saying that I am you. And so when someone breaks that flow, truth simply takes something from them that ensure that they never do it again. Now on to my favorite lesson from truth. When the homunculus known as Father fails at his attempt to become God, he goes to meet truth, and truth says to him too that of course I am you. But truth's tone is almost belittling him for his plan. Basically what I got from this is since truth is the flow of everything and everything is a part of that flow, he was already God, and by him trying to become God, he just deviated further from God. I think I'm on the right track here. But on the other hand, when Ed comes to get his brother back, truth asks him what will he be sacrificing, and Ed gives his ability to use alchemy. And in return, Truth gives his brother back and congratulates him, saying that that is the right answer. Basically, what I understood from that alchemy is the ability to change the things around you and change the flow of everything to an extent. But by giving up the ability to change the things around you and just going with the flow, that is truth. Or I could be completely wrong and just be talking at this point. But with having seen all this, I am ranking this show in S tier. This show really intrigued me and I really enjoyed this show. I'm gonna be honest, the concept of truth just carried this show's likeness for me. I felt as if no one really understood the truth. Even the people that were trying to hide the truth didn't understand the truth. The only person that really understood it was Truth. Okay, I'm confusing myself at this point. But yeah, if you enjoyed my take on this anime, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And leave an anime in the comments for me to watch and rank. And the most liked comment will be the anime I will do next. So with that being said, yeah.